Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be talking to you about some fun stuff. I'm going to compare the 23andMe kits with the Ancestry.com. I have done both about 2 years ago, and I also recently got one for my sister. So I just kind of wanted to give you just the rundown, the differences between the two, the similarities, and which one you should do depending on what you're looking for. So first, I'm going to start off by talking about 23andMe. 23andMe was the first DNA test I ended up ordering. Again, I think I did it like 2 years ago, and it looks like it's still the same price around. It's about $200 if you want to find out your ancestry plus your health history, and it's $99 if you just strictly want your ancestry information. I did 23andMe because I wanted to find out what I was specifically. My whole life I was told, you know, I was this, and that. And then 23andMe, when I got the results back, it was a little bit different than what I was told, which was really interesting. My dad always told me he was 100% Italian, and my mom is like a million different things, and it really kind of like broke it down for me. So it was really a lot of fun, you know, kind of figuring out exactly what I was. And with 23andMe, it's really cool because you can actually order kits for family members and then link them to your results. So I had ordered one for my mom and for my 2 brothers, and most recently my sister. We're waiting for her results, but with my brothers, oh, I also did my grandfather and my mom. I was really able to kind of like put the 2 results side by side and see exactly what, you know, I got from my mom, which is awesome, and then, you know, the similarities and the differences that I had with our DNAs with my siblings. So just really interesting to see the breakdown of all of that. 23andMe also is really great at kind of explaining the background of everything. So I'm actually on the website right now. When I click on, like, the first thing that pops up for me is Italian, because I happen to be mostly Italian. It kind of just goes into the history, and it gives me like a little summary telling me, you know, that we share a rich genetic heritage with Greece. Then when I go to what I'm secondly most of, which is British and Irish, it says, you know, where we were descended from. I have Viking ancestors, and just kind of gives you like a brief history of each ethnicity that you are, which is really cool. Another thing that they offer is your ancestry timeline. It shows you about how many generations ago was your most recent ancestor for each population. So in my timeline, it says that you most likely had a parent, grandparent, or great-grandparent who was 100% British and Irish. This person was likely born between 1900 and 1960. So I most likely had, you know, great-grandparents that were 100% British, Irish, and it looks like also Italian. And then, which is really cool, it looks like I also had a 4th great-grandparent or 5th great-grandparent that was 100% North African and Arabian. So it's really just like so cool, so interesting if you're into, you know, different cultures and history like I am. It's just kind of fun to see, you know, where you come from, where your background is. Something that really sets 23andMe apart, I think, is their Neanderthal ancestry. If you would have asked me what a Neanderthal was, like, before I had done this DNA test, I would have told you it's a caveman. That's all I know. But I learned so much just kind of reading up on all of this, and just they give you so much education on the information that they give to you. This report tells you how much of your ancestry can be traced back to Neanderthals. One kind of disappointing thing was that I am more Neanderthal than my entire family. So I don't know if I should be proud about that, or if I should be a little, you know, curious, questioning it a little bit more. A big thing with 23andMe is that they also give you your genetic health risks, your wellness, carrier status, and trait reports. I found that the genetic health risks and the carrier statuses seemed pretty accurate. There's a list of all the conditions and types of diseases, I guess you would call them, that they test you for. It was pretty accurate. The only one that I seem to be susceptible to. I got 1 out of 2 strands of possibly getting age-related macular degeneration. That is true. My brother, one of my brothers who also did this test, he got the same thing. And our grandfather happens to have macular degeneration, so I thought that was pretty accurate. But their traits that they give you on this website are completely laughable, and I wrote down some of the ones that they had done for me. So sleep movement, they said that I don't sleep. I'm sorry, I don't sleep. They said that I don't move when I sleep. Completely inaccurate. I know this is like all estimates, but I'm always moving in my sleep, and I happen to have restless leg syndrome, so I mean, you can imagine. Earlobe type, how random. They said that my earlobes are detached. Completely false. Mine are attached. Freckles, this one really made me laugh. They said that I likely have little freckling on my skin. That's completely wrong. I take after my mom when it comes to skin, and I'm freckled all over. Wake up time is approximately 8:07 a.m. How would they know that? And that's false, because I love sleep. If I could, I would sleep all day. And widow's peak, they said that I don't have a widow's peak. I don't know if you've seen my past videos. I clearly have a widow's peak. So aside from the traits that they give you, everything else is really very accurate and detailed, specific. I mean, you will not be disappointed if you're really looking to see exactly what you are and what your background is with 23andMe. So that brings us to Ancestry.com. Ancestry.com, I had ordered and mailed away the kit soon after I actually did the 23andMe. And I did Ancestry.com only because I was really looking to find my mother's paternal side. My grandmother never knew her father, never met him. We know like little facts about him, so I just was really looking to connect with that side and see if I can find any family members. Luckily, I had found a huge group of people. Apparently, I'm related to like practically an entire town of people in North Carolina, which is really, really cool. And with Ancestry.com, basically they give you what your DNA is. They give you like specific locations around the world, not so much percentages. It looks like they've really upgraded their site and their results. So it no longer says, you know, I am from the United Kingdom. It now says I'm from England, Scotland, and Wales, which I like, because before they just kind of like grouped all of those ethnicities together, not thinking that, you know, there is a difference. With Ancestry, you actually can go on to learn about your DNA and also connect your family tree with other family trees that you share DNA with. And that's actually how, you know, I traced down family members from my grandmother's side. And I was able to get in touch with a man who literally gave me a breakdown of my family on that side, all the way from the 1500s. So I never would have found that information out if I hadn't had done this test. I wouldn't have known that, you know, we were in England, we came over to America in 1500, and we were captains of ships. I mean, that's just like so cool, and that information I never would have found out. 2 years ago when I had done this site, they didn't really offer as much information as 23andMe did, and now it looks like they are really, you know, trying to give you more. It's still cheaper than 23andMe. To just find out what your ancestry is, it's $75, and to add on the traits, it's $9.99. In my opinion, the traits are not worth it. Don't spend the $10 to get them. They're very similar to the laughable ones that 23andMe give you, and they're almost entirely the same. Ancestry.com, my earlobe type detached, I already mentioned, mine are attached. And then freckling, it says that I should be freckle-free. That's completely false. I have freckles all over. I hope this information was helpful. To kind of summarize, 23andMe is a little bit more expensive, but they do give you a lot of information. If you're looking to see specifically, you know, what your breakdown of ethnicities are, where you come in the world, I would definitely get 23andMe. If you're also a little concerned about, you know, different health conditions you might carry, I would recommend getting 23andMe. They offer like a wide variety of what they test you for. With Ancestry.com, I would get that if you are more so looking to connect with living family members or find out information about specific family members of the past. I'm able to link my family tree that I am slowly building with those that I share DNA with. So I'm like closer and closer to figuring out exactly who my great grandfather was, which is cool. That's all I got for you today. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, like this video, and I'll see you next time.